Hi, I'm Phyllis from SouthernFrugal.com. Well, several of y'all, I guess after seeing the Gamecock picture that I did a couple of days ago, have asked how I do the paintings. Well, I'll have to tell you, I used to paint a lot, and I did portraits for a while, and but I think the most I ever made on a portrait was $1,500, and I had to work solid a week on it. I mean solid, probably 12 hours a day, and anyway, it finally just got to be too much. So then I decided I'm just going to paint what I like. And but right now I'm working on painting some pictures to go in the house. I did the Gamecock picture a couple of days ago, and so now I have found 3 canvases in the closet that were all the same size, which was very, very good. And I'm going to make 3 paintings to go over the bed in the master bedroom. And they're not going to be framed, even though I've got frames for these size canvases. I don't really want them to have frames. I'm going to do the painting all the way around the canvas, even though these canvases have got staples in them. Usually when you do them all the way around, they take the canvas and staple it in the back here. But I'm still going to paint over it because I still think they'll look good. So what I'm going to do is start on the background. Now I'm using acrylic paints, the Liquitex, and you can get these in Walmart I think now, but you can for sure get them in Hobby Lobby. These are the cheaper type paints. Now when I was painting and like selling paintings, this is the brand I used, the gold, and I liked it best. Now I used to paint in oils, but then I started painting in acrylic. It dries much, much faster. It doesn't blend as well, and it really is a big mess because you have to have the paint thinner and your brushes get all gunked up, and they do with acrylic too, but you can wash them with water and one of these little brush cleaner things. Mine's almost gone, you can see. Was a whole big thing of the cleaner in there. It's kind of got a rough texture and it gets the brushes really clean. So I've got the same brushes I've had for 20 years or longer. But anyway, so we're going to get started on this, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to go by, which is a pillow sham from the bedspread we have on the master bedroom. I've got my camera positioned up here. Let me see if I can get you all out of there. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay. Forgive my mess. Can y'all see this? That's the pillow sham from the bedspread. Let me walk around there and give you a closer. Don't look at my kitchen, y'all, because I haven't cleaned up in here in forever now. Okay, there it is. So what I'm going to do is try to come up with some of this background and actually copy some of these flowers and make it 3 pictures across, and there'll be a continuous, it'll start here or on the other end and go across, be the same. I don't know how to, like if you were painting a limb, it'll come from here to over to the third one. So anyway, let me get my paints all out and we'll be back. Okay, I've got you all positioned. Let me turn the screen thing around. There we go. You really can't see real good because this is as high as my tripod will go. But anyway, we're going to start out and make all 3 of the backgrounds on all 3 canvases very similar. So I'm going to use some of the burnt umber, which is a dark brown, and I'm going to use also the unbleached titanium color, and I'm going to use some of the burnt sienna, and I think I've got another thing of burnt sienna, but anyway, we're going to look. Alright, so all I do, I use my favorite brush for the background, which is here, and it's actually kind of comes apart, okay? I usually put a toothpick in there to hold it, but I like to use this brush. It's a real fine bristle brush, and it works well with the acrylics. Alright, let me see if I can find some more burnt sienna in my bag of paint, and we'll be back. Alright, we are back, and I really don't have very much of the burnt sienna in here. So what I'm going to do is just go with the flow. So I'm going to use the unbleached titanium, which is kind of really a light tan. And I'm going to use a little bit of gold and of course a little bit of brown to tone it down. And I'm going to use just a little bit of the red in there to kind of give me the burnt sienna effect. Alright, and I'm going to also use this acrylic glazing liquid. And what I do is go ahead and put that on the canvas too to give me a little more time working, because this stuff dries really fast. So I'm just shaking that up because it's been in my closet for 5 years. Well, not in my closet, it's been in the closet in one of the guest bedrooms. So these canvases are already primed, they're ready to go. So we're going to start out and we'll try to make all 3 canvases very similar. So I'm going to go dark to lighter at the top. So the first thing I'm going to do is just squirt some of this on the bottom. And y'all, we are just going with this. We're not very particular about what it's going to look like. I'm squirting out some of the titanium now. Give me a base. And put just a little bit of gold in there to warm it up a little bit. I've got enough in the tube here. Yep, we got enough. Put a little there, a little there, 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 and there. And then we'll go with a little brown, just a little bit on that. Just so they look similar. Alright, so what we're really doing now is covering the background of the canvas so we can later actually put our picture on. So I'm going to just put a little dab of red right beside that burnt umber. And so now we're ready to start brushing this in. Again, I'm going to use this wide brush and I'm going to make little X's all over everything. Back and forth. Got some of that gold in there. Got the red in there that time. So now I'm going to go back and get that red and brown in there. Give me a little burnt sienna. Now I'm going to go around to the side and make sure I paint the sides at the same time. And the bottom. Let's go over here to this last one. I guess y'all can't see the end of this one. We're going to get that white canvas painted. Move it down and just paint that bottom really good. Get my paints out of the way. See, I had to have my pliers in here because some of the paints had been sitting there so long the top wouldn't come off. Okay, now, just to be safe, let's go ahead and use a little more of the glazing on it. I don't want it to dry. Because all we're doing is covering the canvas, but I want to make sure I'm able to cover it. That'll keep it wet for a little while. Again, making sure I'm covering the bottom of it also. So we want the 3 paintings to look similar. Now I'm going ahead and mixing that right on the canvas because I don't want it showing red. I want it more burnt sienna, not red. Okay. Moving right along. So once I get that glazing little compound kind of stuff in there, it stops it from drying, because if I didn't have that stuff in there, some of this would already be dry and I wouldn't be able to work with it. So I'm painting the edge of the canvas right over the staples and everything, because you really want to notice those once we have it hanging up. Okay. Go up a little bit further. Whoop, there's some of that red. There's some of the gold. Sort of like make an X or back and forth or whatever. And I'm going to kind of go up one side here. Still painting the edge of it. In other words, making the brush marks every which a direction, not just going back and forth like that. So we're going to go on up on this one. There's some of that red showing through down here. And I do not have any training as an artist. I just started painting probably, I don't know, 50 some years ago. And I just really liked it until I got real commercial with it, and then I kind of decided I didn't like it anymore. So I haven't really painted, I'd say at least 5 years now. Okay. Now I've got too much gold down here, so I'm going to just kind of get that brushed in a little bit. So my actual pillow sham and the bed cover that goes on the master bedroom bed actually has some gold in it. So well, that red keeps showing up on this last one, but we got it out. There's a little right there. Get rid of it. Make sure I got my canvas covered on the sides. By the way, I've just got a really cheap tablecloth, plastic tablecloth that I use on the table. I usually paint on an easel, but this is going to have to be really quick. And so I can get up, we're trying to get the house ready to sell it starting May 1, and we want to have all the pictures up and that kind of thing. Alright, now I think we're ready for our next color. So we're going to make it a little lighter as we go up, because we're going to put some kind of flower that's similar to the flower in the bedspread, and I'm going to use gold and this burnt sienna for that. It's, I don't know what color that would be close to, but anyway, it's sort of a red-brown kind of color. Okay, so now we're ready to get the rest of this covered. So once again, I'm going to just put glaze, a whole bunch of it on there this time. And this glaze is a satin glaze. You can get them in the shiny glaze and all that. And this is from Golden, which in my opinion of all this is the Golden is absolutely the best, or at least the best I've worked with. Okay, so now we're going to go again, this time with more unbleached titanium. Just going to squirt it right on the canvas. And you can do that when the paints aren't really expensive. Okay, and now we will go back with a little bit of gold again. And get some of that out of there. Put the gold, let's put it up at this top of this one right over here. And over here. And on this one. Just squeezing it right out of the tube. Alright, now I have got some portrait colors that I might add to this. Now here's one of, this is a really cheap paint here. I think I might have gotten this. This is a type that people use for arts and crafts, and but I'm going to go ahead and use some of this. It's actually called Dark Flesh, but I just want to add a little bit more. See how that looks. There we go. That in there, and that in there. to spread this all out again. Alright, so I'm going to take my same brush and just go up and get some of that. Because we're going a little bit lighter now. There's that portrait color. There's the gold. Mixing those together. And again, I've got that glazing gel in there so nothing gets dry on me, because it will dry really fast right out of the tube. Now if I think this is not light enough, I can come back and add some white to it. So I want to make sure that I get all around my canvases, because I'm not going to put them in a frame unless I change my mind, that is. So I want to get all around there. Alright, let's go ahead and mix this one. Getting some around the edge there. Okay, y'all, I'm going to finish covering these. If I need to add a little white, I will, and we'll be back. Alright, we've got the canvases all covered now, and I've decided I want a little more dark at the bottom on this little portion of each canvas. So I'm going to clean my brush out a little bit to make sure it doesn't get dry on me. I'm going to just mist it a little bit. Just a regular bottle of water. So I'll clean that brush out just a little bit. And then we're going to use some more of the brown. Just a little bit. Each corner. Now remember, I'm still just working on the background. So see, it's still wet, so I can still work it in. And on this one. So I'm not mixing it too much because it'll start looking milky then. Just mix it a little bit so you can still see all the colors. And now I'm going to go over it with my sponge and just dab it, just to give it a different texture on this dark part. Just turn that around, dab it in there. Okay, so they're all three similar in the way they look, but they're not exactly alike. Now I'm going to see if I can't blend this a little bit up here. Brush marks in there. Let it come on out a little bit. Alright y'all, so this will take, since I've added the glazing compound to keep it from getting dry so quick, a little blob of paint there, it'll take it probably a good couple hours to dry, so we'll be back then. Alright, here we are back, and I actually added a little more brown to the bottom and kind of washed away some of the little marks the sponge had made. and I decided I'm going to go ahead and use the burnt sienna on the bottom and make the other part more green. So I'm just going to, only got a little bit, but I need this color in there. And I also want a little bit of the burgundy in there. Oops, if I can get it out. I don't know if this is all dried up or not. It might be. Alright, so I'm just going to take a little bit out of the burgundy. Just plop that on there. Now it's still wet, so I should still be okay. Yeah, I decided I'm not going to put a flower, I'm just going to put leaves, because I actually like that better. Okay, my brush is wet, so we're just going to put this in. Get a little more glazing on it. Make everything go a little smoother. Put that red and burgundy color up on the sides a little bit too. Getting there. Take that all the way up on this one. Alright. Yeah, I've got a burgundy, sort of burgundy colored chair in that bedroom now. Alright, now let's see if we can't tone this down just a bit by putting in some lighter color. Alright, we don't want to make it pink. And we're going to put green in it with the leaves that I'm going to put in here. Alright, I'm happier with that. Now we're going to put sort of a brown limb all the way across all three of the paintings, and then I'm going to put some of those swirly tight green leaves in there. Alright, we'll be back. Decided to put a little brown over that white, because I'm really painting this just for the bedroom, to go with the colors in the bedroom. So we've still got the burgundy burnt sienna in there. Okay, I'm liking this better. Alright, when you're doing it yourself, you can do whatever color you want. So I'm going to make those brush marks. Alright, we'll be back. Let me give you a closer look at that. There. I like that a lot better. We've got brown in it, and I've got the burgundy and the burnt sienna in there. So that's working for me. And then I've got the gold on the top. So we're going to make sort of a limb come down and go all the way across, and I'm going to put some of these type swirly type leaves on it. And I'm not going to do the flower because I don't have enough burnt sienna. So I had to add the burnt sienna down at the bottom. All right, we'll be back. All right, we are ready to finish this painting tonight. It's been several hours and the paint is dry. It's still a little, you can tell it's not 100% dry all the way through, but anyway, we're going to make us a limb going all the way through here. And because it's going to be hanging on the wall over top of the bed, I'm going to make the limb go from here over to here, I think. So going from right to left, that's what we'll do. So I've already mixed up my paint. I've got some brown, gold, green for the leaves, a little touch of red, and a little touch of gray and brown mixed together. I'm using this to put on the limb. And I've also mixed some of the glazing compound with it to thin it out a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go with this. I'm actually more comfortable going from left to right, really. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're going to start right here. You can't really see that, but it's hard to make my camera do right. You'll be able to see in just a minute. Making this limb come on out here. Going right over to the next one. Make this one go down low a little. Some little offshoots there. Some down there. I don't want to get too many on there. Alright, that ought to do it. Of course, we've got that there if we need it again. Now we're going to start on doing the leaves. And what I want to do is make the leaves sort of a swirly kind of thing. And I gotta find the right kind of brush to do that. I'm gonna try this little brush right here. See it? And I've mixed up some green and some titanium white. So we're just gonna go with it and make our leaf swirly. Because we've got green on the wall in that room. Of course, there's no right and wrong way to do this. We're just going with the flow. Do this one. So picking up some of the brown as I go. Put a small leaf there. So fill these in. Now remember, what I'm looking for are the colors that will go in the bedroom with both the coverlet for the bed and the walls, and just kind of tie it all in together. And normally what you would do is you would buy a painting and then pick the colors that were in the painting and go with that. But we're doing it the opposite way. We're making the leaves very thick. Actually painting the side of this too, where the leaf came across. Alright, now we're going to give the leaves a little bit of character. Put a little splash of some red in there. Alright, I'm going to finish working on this and we'll be back in just a minute and show you what it looks like. Alright, I am done with these 3 paintings that I'm going to put over the bed in the master bedroom. There's what they look like. And remember, they're going to be up on the wall, and the bed itself has got a lot of dark brown in it, the head of the bed. And there's the coverlet that goes on it. Okay, I am so done with this. There it is. They'll be hanging probably about 3 inches apart with no frame. And the room itself, of course, is also a light green. So this should work. There's the coverlet again, what it looks like. Alright, we will see y'all next time. Now, you'll see this again when I do the video of the house, which will probably be in another maybe 6 weeks or so. But you'll see these hanging on the wall that's just over the head of the bed in the master bedroom. Alright, we'll see y'all next time.